Warning. You are entering open line. Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right, this is King Butcher. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. Open Lines Friday, so anybody can join. Everybody should join. Hold on, because I'm multitasking here. We're going to be talking about the Oleksander Usyk Tyson Fury rematch. We're going to be taking down your predictions. I'm going to try to write as many predictions as I can from the chat and obviously from the people who join Discord. Then during next week, I'm going to be hosting another show where I'll be taking phone calls and people who can call in and give us their predictions. And BDA is going to be hosting a bunch of shows as well where he will be taking phone calls. All right. But today is your chance to give me your prediction if you're in the chat and you don't call in. And I'm going to write it down and add it to the BDA records. By the way, shout out to everybody in the chat. Handsome Mechanic, To Matador, Hard Recoil, Official Boxing Scorecard, Warhorse 9, who else? Darhado, War Speed, Brapax Trucking Company, as always, Shazar. Guys, jump in. Join me. Let's talk some boxing. We can talk about other stuff as well. But again, I'm just going to be taking predictions today. So give me your predictions. By the way, where is the thing? We don't have super chats for 3 months. So you can support us via Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description. I'm going to be posting in the chat. And you can send us a message there, and I'll get it on my phone, and I'll read it to everyone during the show, obviously. So, yeah, well, you can send any amount you want. You can even send $1, but I don't even know if we get $1 if you send $1, because they take some money. Buy Me a Coffee takes some money, but anyways, yeah, Buy Me a Coffee. It's right there, and because we have expenses, we have that new phone lines. We have Artlist where we get our music, and we have this other thing where because you can't just post a podcast. Apparently, you have to pay. So we pay Spreaker. That's more money, and then other software, like for AI voice and all that shit. But anyways, if you want to support the show, please. By the way, we have also Patreon. I want to give a shout out to Patreon subscribers. I don't think they get enough love. We're getting some new Patreon subscribers because now we're posting stuff, actually. We didn't really have time before, but now we posted... BDA posted the Fury Usyk preview. Go check it out. And the Inoue versus Goodman preview as well. You can watch it for free. It's free on Patreon, but if you want to support us on Patreon, we also appreciate that. And then we have the people who have been supporting us on Patreon. Go check it out. The content is free, so go check out those two preview videos that Mr. BDA created. Pretty good. All right. What else? That's pretty much it. Let's start taking down some predictions. I'm going to write them down on a piece of paper first, and then I'm going to add them on the screen. My prediction is Usyk by decision, but call me crazy. I'm starting to think that Fury... No. I'm not going to say it. I got to stick with one prediction. You know what I mean? I can't say, well, this could happen. Anything can happen, right? So if you point a gun to my head, I'll say that Usyk wins by decision again. I'll tell you this, though. It's going to be a closer fight. And Usyk will get hurt. I don't know if he's gonna go down, but he will be hurt. He'll get hurt. I mean, he was hurt in the first fight. He even said it, but he had a good poker face. But this time around, I really think we're gonna see it. We're gonna fucking see it that he's gonna get hurt. But still, I think he's gonna win. Abel says, "What fight is not happening in 2025?" By the way, that's a good point. I want to make a show later on as we approach the 31st of December. Where we talk about the fights that we want to see in 2025. Or actually, we can do it like I did like last year, I think. I did a show where we ask Santa Claus what we want for Christmas in terms of boxing content, of course. And yeah, we can ask Santa Claus which ones we want, which fights we want. Junto versus Inoue. Evil says boxing saludos. Which fight do I want for 2025? I want something to happen with Tank Davis. He says he's going to retire by the end of 2025, which I really doubt. But if he's going to retire, I mean, he has to have a big fight before he retires. So I would like to see Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. I know there's a lot of talk about, I mean, both sets of fans, both Tank Davis's fans and Shakur Stevenson fans are going at it on the internet. So that'd be a great fight. It would have a lot of drama. Whether that fight would be exciting or not, I don't know. It might be a boring ass fight. But I want to see Tank Davis against Shakur or Tank Davis against Teofimo Lopez. Why not? What do you guys think? What do you want to see next year? What's the fight that you're wishing for? Big fight. Abel says Haney versus Shakur versus Tank versus Kid Austin versus Keyshawn Davis. There's a lot of fighters at 135, 140. I don't know why these fights aren't happening. These are easy fights to make, in my opinion. Bakoli versus Zhang. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. Who's Bakoli fighting anyways? Oh, we got a buy me a coffee message from Rapax Trunking Company, of course, always supporting the show. He says, let me see, because I'm opening the app. Damn, this shit's slow. Rapax Trunking Company with $10. Thank you for that. He says, I miss my cock rider emoji. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Without the super chats, we lost the emojis, the special BDA emojis. Oh, well. They'll be back. What I was talking about? Abel says, make the Amero bombs fight already. Make anybody fight. I mean, everybody should be fighting each other. I mean, well, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of American fighters are not fighting each other. Most fighters are American anyway, so that's how it is. That's how it's always going to be, I believe. But, I mean, we did have Bivol and Beterbiev, two Russian guys fighting. So they weren't scared. When it comes to Americans, I don't know what's happening. I don't think they're scared, but just too many, the money, politics, all this bullshit. Hopefully we get those fights. Hopefully Turkey a la Sheik can make those fights happen. He has the money. If money is a problem, then I think Al-Shir can fix it. What else? We have BDA here. If you want to jump on, don't be shy. I'm just reading some comments here. Two Matador says, Stank quitting good. Good riddance to Mr. Cherry Picker. As much as I dislike Tank Davis for not fighting tough opposition, I don't really want to see him retire. He's not a bad boxer. He does have power, and I really do want to see him against tough opposition. Why not? Let's see how good he is. I don't want him to retire, and then we're gonna be left with all these questions or whether he was good or not, whether he was talented or not. Let's see him fight. There's plenty of opposition. A bunch of people in the chat already mentioned a bunch of names. Let's see those fights. Put him against Keyshawn Davis. I don't give a fuck. You know, some people are saying that Keyshawn Davis is not ready. He's not ready. What the fuck? How old is that kid? How old is Keyshawn Davis? We talked about Hearns and Duran. How old was Thomas Hearns when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard? I think 23 or something like that, 24? What are we waiting for here? Are we waiting for Keyshawn to be 28? Look at Tank Davis. How old is this fucker? He's 30 years old. He's talking about retiring. Yeah, right. By the way, I guarantee you he will not retire by the end of 2025. He will not fucking retire. What else do we have here in the chat? Abel says Tank retiring is very convenient. He's a dog, of course. Okay.
By the way, for anyone curious about last night's second Renaissance, it's all fucked up a little bit. The audio's out of sync. I tried exporting it, but it's for some reason it's still out of sync. So I can still post it out of sync. I know, like for example, official scorecard say he doesn't mind because he's just listening to it. He's not watching it. But if you do watch the video and listen to it, you can see it's out of sync. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but rest assured I'm working on it. In regards to this Fury fight, Fury Usyk, did you give your prediction already, or?
No, I'm waiting for. I don't know what I'm waiting for, to be honest. Well, I said Usyk's gonna win, but it's not my official prediction because it might change. I'm waiting for some visions to happen. You know, some dreams. You know how it works. You know, I have powers. No, I don't know. No, I think already gave my official prediction. I think it's Usyk by decision.
Well, by the way, I want to remind people that this is an open lines format. Open lines, so the links in the chat. Make sure to jump in, give us your prediction. We're starting. I don't know if Butcher mentioned this, but we're starting this now because we got a week to go, and we didn't want to do an open lines the day before because then there's not enough time for people listening to. I said let's start it off right now. Let's get this party started with a bang right off the bat and start taking predictions now. I think that's what we decided to do.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention something real quick about that. The Fury just said on Boxing Scene, he said, I'm going to be throwing more punches. I want to throw more punches. I let the fight go the first time. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, he wants to throw more punches. I mean, everybody wants to throw more punches. That doesn't mean he will. You know what I mean? He's going to have to work on it. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Because I do think he's going to be coming forward. If indeed we take him at his word, that the guy looks dead, by the way. But yeah, he's going to be working on his weight. He's going to be working. Somebody call the cops.
He's coming in at 270, man. Above 270.
Just pulled him out of the working. He's alive.
Gonzalo's at the beach.
Well,
people can see what's happening. Gonzalo's at the beach.
He's alive, dude. I just pulled him out of the cushion.
All right. But I was gonna say, yeah. So Fury can say what he wants, man. But if he comes in at 270 something pounds, and maybe if he comes in on fight on the weigh-in 273, I'm like, all right, he probably will be trying to come forward and put some hurting on Usyk. But so he said I'm gonna try. I'm gonna throw more punches. Whether he can throw more punches at a higher weight remains to be seen. But I do think and I do maintain that he has to change something. I don't know if it's gonna work, but he has to change it because the first time I'm going to do a video on this, whenever he was getting backed up and leaning back, that's when he was getting hit. Or when he would drop his hands. If he comes forward with his hands up, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Usyk to catch him. So he has to, there is room for adjustments. A lot of people assume that it's going to be Usyk who makes them, but I think Fury can as well.
Mr. Bride, can I ask you a legitimate question?
Yeah.
As long as it's legitimate, yeah.
Has to be legitimate.
When it comes to the 200 and the tonnage, or the heavyweights, what is a legitimate weight when it comes to functional? 272, like what he fought Fury. What's a working weight? Like you remember Marcus, when Marcus was fit to fight Pacquiao, and when he wasn't fit to fight Mayweather when it came to the welterweight. But in comparison, in regards to just to make an example, when it comes to the heavy, what is functional? What does it mean to be a functional heavyweight at 272? Because we know he did it with Wilder. How can you add the weight to be functional and make the difference? Because he did win the fight. Hey, it worked for him. So what are we talking about here?
Well, it depends. Depends for the fighter. We've seen Fury be able to pull off fights heavy, especially against Wilder, for example. The 2 Wilder fights didn't really work out against Ngannou. I mean, he did get the win, but barely. But I do think that for him, functional, if he wants to come forward and just make it a sloppy brawl and clinch and smother his opponent and hurt his opponent too, because at 270 pounds, whether he's slapping or not, those body shots are going to hurt. So I think that's what he's looking for. And I think to answer your question,
is bad or good? Is that good or bad? Same to Bucho.
For him, I think for him it's working right now, or at least he's going to try to make it work. I don't know. Look, it's also dependent on Usyk. It's 270 might work against everybody, might not work against Usyk.
Yeah.
Bucho, I know you're hearing me. Let's rock 272. That's fine. I think that's what he needs to do. Because the guy, he's going to fucking unleash the long arms, and the weight is carried. Emmanuel Stewart told him, you're punching downhill. The power's going to carry as you're punching, but your whole body mass behind it.
Gonzalo, what do you think about this, though? Like, Fury needs to keep Usyk at the end of his punches. He cannot allow Usyk to cut the distance, to get it mid-range or even on the inside. Fury needs to stand his ground. He can't be backing up against this smaller guy.
Dude, I get your, because Usyk is one of a kind. If anybody's gonna evade that, it's gonna be him, dude. And if you're rolling downhill, but you can evade them punches, and he can catch you while you're throwing all your body weight and you're missing, he's gonna pay the price. So I see it's going the same way, dude. I know you said it in the past because I've been listening to the shows that you think maybe Fury wins a close rematch, but I think Usyk once again wins a close fight. Possibly knock him out, man.
All right, we got other people in the chat on Discord, I should say. So, guys, you're welcome to jump in if you guys want. We have Don Madrazos, we have Southpaw, guys.
Yeah, I got. I still got Usyk for the win for this one. I think if the strategy is going to gaining more weight, I suppose he could just lean on him and tire Usyk's legs out, and then.
Can you think he can catch him?
Cutting the distance it wasn't too hard for Usyk. He did it in the first 3 rounds. I gave him the first 3 rounds, and I think he was tagging Fury really well. And it wasn't like I keep hearing this Tyson Fury say, "Oh, the shot from the gods," and I just rewatched the fight again. He kept hitting him like that.
He almost knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, but it was accumulative too because he kept hitting him with the same punch. I didn't see a hit from the gods, or the guy was working him, and I gave Fury 3, maybe 4 rounds of the fight. I don't think it was close. I thought Usyk handled him pretty well, especially for the advantage. So I don't know. I don't really see it going another way unless. I don't know. Listen. Usyk took Anthony Joshua's hits, and I think Joshua hits harder. If you can all agree with me on that, hits a lot harder than Tyson Fury.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna he's going to outmaneuver him, especially if he gains weight. Then he's going to lose the foot advantage.
Does Usyk punch harder than Tyson Fury? I'm not convinced.
No, I don't know about that. But he's more
Just
precise.
physics alone. Yeah.
You know?
No, I know this is kind of sound regurgitated, but I will say all along, and I'm gonna keep it consistent. Alexander Usyk is much harder mentally. Mentally, dude.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Byron.
Yeah.
He's gonna be going great heavyweights all the time is because of his mental strength. He's probably right behind not Orlin Norris, but Evander Holyfield. Not Jesus Christ, one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time. He's over Evander Holyfield, dude. Why? Because of the mental strength and as a heavyweight.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree with Gonzalo on that part. I think Usyk has a strong mental fortitude for sure. Like there's no question about it.
But there's the worst. He's a strong mental fortitude, intestinal fortitude. Because in our stomach we got power. No, but he did get dropped. But anyways, yeah, intestinal fortitude or mental fortitude.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. I mean, at this point, Fury already has his usual opponents rattled. Like they're angry, they want to fight at the press conferences, all that, but he just can't get in this guy's head.
Is Fury too happy?
Yeah, the big factor.
I don't understand.
The big factor for me coming.
And you can tell it's bothering him too. You could tell it's bothering him because he's giving him like the fake accolades. Like he's congratulating him, and he's fake. He's not even being sincere about it. He's like, he beat me on the night, and he's a better fighter, and and he's not even being sincere. Like,
saying comments like he didn't hurt me or he couldn't knock me out. And Usyk just thinks it no mind. And
you had opportunity.
I bet to differ a little bit. He's got a little bit of Asperger's syndrome or something, but he's a different man. Tyson Fury is not a regular. He's 6'9". He's a gargantuan dude. Yeah. He's got complex. And Parrish is like fucking 10 children. We cannot. He can believe that. He's just kind of like a little mental complex. He's got a bone to do.
This whole thing is the X factor for me coming here because I'm still picking Usyk, but I was surprised at how entertaining the first fight was. And entertainment means that it was competitive. It was more competitive than I expected. I thought it was going to be a sloppy affair, and it wasn't. It was actually a clean boxing from both guys for the most part. Now I think Fury's probably going to try to do that, but the X factor is Usyk. How's he doing? Because he's a relatively small heavyweight. He has to rely on activity, a lot of movement, speed, and that goes away with age. He's going to be 38 in a couple of weeks. Also, for him to prepare for these giants, I've said it numerous times, to prepare for these giants, he has to box other giants. That also takes a lot of energy and deteriorates.
Yeah, but his
body. But hold on. So I'm just saying, in the first fight too, on top of that, he took whether he's blocking the shots or not, and he blocked a lot of shots. He was taking shots from a 260-pound guy. That takes a lot out of a guy too. So my X factor is how much does Usyk have left in the tank?
Can I ask your question?
No.
X factor.
Yeah.
X factor. How much does the Anthony Joshua 2 fights sway your opinion when it comes to the triangle theory? When it comes to this fight,
not much, man. I mean, we picked. Most of us here on the BDA, like the panelists, we picked Usyk for the most part to beat Joshua the first time. But I wasn't sure how it would look against Fury. That really, most people ended up starting picking Usyk after Fury looked like crap against Ngannou. But we know that version that fought Ngannou wasn't the optimal Fury.
Well. But then they had Ngannou. But with the two, I asked you about the two Joshua fights because they did have two good fights.
I said not much.
So that doesn't reflect anything to in regards to the two fights because there's already precedence with the first fight. But then the two guys that are doing the rematch, the fluid fighter.
To me, Joshua and Fury are two different guys. So
What can change in the rematch?
Well, that's a thing, though. That's you know what I think, Gonzalo. I think if Fury, and again, I'm not because people. Whenever you tell people, I think Fury's going to pressure. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, I agree. It might not work, but what I'm saying is he's probably going to try a different approach now because the first one, backing up, hands down, chin up in the air, that doesn't work. That gave Usyk momentum to keep going forward. Now, if Fury's going to come forward, again, I reiterate, Fury has to keep his hands up. Butcher's been saying that too for since the first fight. You got to keep your hands up against Usyk. Can't stand there in front of him with your hands down, training with the guy. He's going to catch you.
And Fury's not Fury's not as good of an inside fighter either. And to your statement earlier about Usyk and how his body's wearing down, he's older, sure, but he lives a cleaner life. The Fury does not live a clean life. He parties, he drinks, he gets fucked up. He's on coke, he's overweight, he has to cut weight. That's also hard on your joints too. It's hard on your knees and your back. So.
Okay.
Yeah, about a month back.
Let me finish. Come on.
No, Mr. BD. Hey, sorry, Mr. BD, by the way. Sorry for sounding like an asshole. I just want all the fucking answers. What's the difference?
Well, I don't have the answer. You know me. With me, it's almost all speculative when it comes to what's going to happen. But Don Malgazos, to your point, yeah, I do agree. Usyk keeps himself in better shape than Fury, but that's the advantage Fury has when he's fighting a smaller guy than Usyk. He doesn't necessarily, if he's going to be fighting like a Lomax, being a Lomax is already done. He's not going to rely on his reflexes to try to push Usyk back or try to maul him on the inside or just hurt him with body shots. Usyk has that's the curse he's got at this weight class. He's got to be perfect. He's got to be firing on all cylinders at all times. And again, he can take care of himself all he wants, but there's going to come a point with his type of style, especially nearing 38 years old, that he's going to try to push the pedal for that second win, and it's not going to be there.
Yeah, because we know Fury's not an old man. He's a relatively young man, but he's a gargantuan. But then he's coming in at 272, so this is a close fight. Firing at all cylinders, like Bucho can fucking chime in or cut in. What do you think? I'm picking Usyk because what I mentioned, the mental fortitude, but at the same time, the size and the first fight was so close that I'm excited for this fight.
Gonzalo, are you ready to give us your final prediction?
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Sorry, man. Just do it.
Your decision. I said for your decision.
What? What the fuck is that? What is, wait. All these, what? All of a sudden, you pick you know what?
He can box, dude. He can box.
What the fuck?
Oleksander Usyk, remember, like, after listening to Un Round Más and boxeo, like Navarrete on the pressure fighters, just going to the gym and having all these long training camps that works on your body, dude. They work on your body. Usyk has got to eat just to make the weight and continuously has to fight at heavyweight. Yeah, he's got this separation when he's fighting often and continuously as like other fighters, but he's still pretty much relatively active.
Hey, can I just remind people?
He's got to eat a lot, dude. He's got to eat a lot. And he's kind of like Beterbiev.
I saw a picture. Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay, BDA wants to say something. Now, say something else. Go ahead, BDA.
Well, I was going to say, Gonzalo has a good point. That I've mentioned that too before, that Usyk has to be eating to stay at this weight. And, again, that's another thing that could exacerbate the pressure on his body. I will say, though, if people out there might be thinking, whoa, why Gonzalo's saying Fury decision? Gonzalo called the first fight Usyk split decision, which is what happened essentially. So when the gun stalks, you better listen.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. See, he's being modest on top of that.
Did you guys see that picture of Usyk? His latest picture. Guys, there's a picture of Usyk. There's a picture of Usyk that came out. His latest picture from training. He looks bigger. I don't know the weight. I don't know how much he weighs. But a lot of people were saying on Discord that he looks bigger. I don't know if you saw it. I'm trying to look for it.
But he's bigger than Muhammad Ali.
One reason why he looks bigger is because it's called like body recomposition. It's where you basically lose fat and you replace it with muscle pounds instead. So that's why he'll give the appearance of looking bigger, but he's probably around the same weight. He just has more muscle mass on his body now.
Yeah,
and,
it would be. It would be
leaner.
No, you're right. I don't think it would be a good idea to put on more weight. I mean, he won the first fight weighing in at, how much was it? Under 220, right? So
221, 222,
21.
somewhere around there.
That's enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Fury that's putting
That's
on
all
the
you
weight.
need. That's all you need.
That's like a good fight.
220 is all you need for that guy. And, and if there's a body composition thing going on, that's even better. And I don't really he knows what buttons to press already. Usyk, he already knows where to get. He had his number, so I'm not even debating this with anyone. I'm just like, Usyk's going to win, and that's it. It'll be by decision, or this time it'll probably even be by stoppage. So we'll see what happens.
How I thought the first fight was going to go, I didn't think it was going to be Usyk on the front foot. I thought he was going to be more on kind of on the back foot, but where Fury was coming forward, trying to use his weight advantage to grab Usyk. Because you know like how he'll throw like a sloppy 1-2, and he does that to grab you and then lean on you, and he conserves his energy while draining yours. And I thought that Fury would eventually tire himself out because the whole fight he'd be trying to do that. But Usyk would be leading him into like check hooks and counters and pivoting around the ring to where he can't grab a hold of him, wasting all his energy. So like he was going to have to fight 3 minutes of every round. I really do think that played a part in him losing energy later in the fight because Usyk always starts strong. He kind of has a lull in the middle rounds, and then he finishes really strong. So I actually think that's going to be this case in the rematch where Fury is going to try to use his weight advantage because it looks like he's coming in heavier, and he's definitely going to win quite a few rounds doing that. So when people say it's not going to work, I think they're saying it's not going to get him enough rounds to win the fight, but he's definitely going to win some rounds and have some rounds going his way, fighting that way.
It's going to be closer.
But I do think
closer?
Yeah.
A closer fight?
Yeah, but I think he'll tire himself out in the later rounds where Usyk will be strong, and I do think he gets the stoppage Usyk this time around round 11. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Virtuoso says that if you're the taller guy, you can't really be. It doesn't serve well to be going forward. But maybe it's not even going forward. Maybe it's just. I think Bucho. I think you said it, stand his ground as opposed to backing up. Because like I said earlier, he was backing up way too much against Usyk. Usyk would come in, and Fury would start backing up and leaning back too. On top of that, which is you can't counter if you're leaning back.
And Usyk was reaching.
Usyk was at his best.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to go ahead.
When Fury was at his best was when he was standing his ground and countering. Now, granted, maybe he got tired and that's why he couldn't counter anymore. Because again, if you're tired, your punch reaction goes out the window. But maybe this time he won't be so tired if he keeps his hands up and he'll feel more comfortable and thus less stressed out and thus less tired. I don't know. I'm just speculating about what could happen, how he could change the fight. But it couldn't hurt to try because the first approach didn't work.
Yeah, no, you can't be.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is that go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say one thing that I noticed that Usyk stopped bending to his right where he would be right in line for that uppercut when he would dip down, that's how Fury kept catching him when he would come in. So that could be why. And really that was his best weapon was that counter right uppercut when Usyk would lean to his right. So once he took that away, Fury kind of got more on the offensive, and then he got countered himself.
Can I counter on that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not that I disagree, but we're like disseminating like the strategy. I think because the length, he's got to stay in positions, so he's not fucking swerving all over the place. So he's got to stay still and jump in when he needs to, just to cut the distance. Right or wrong, in my opinion. So you got to get off some ground. Yes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, dude.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you're definitely not going to be. You have to go in. I mean, Tyson Fury's got the longer reach. You have to get in close to him because he can touch you on the outside. And the last thing you want to do is look like that you're too pussyfooting to get on the inside, getting caught on your guard all night long. Now you're going to have to take a rest and get on the inside, but that counter right uppercut is.
You got no chances. You got no chances. If you're pussyfooting around, you're going to always be missing and long shot from the target. Always missing. Sometimes yes, sometimes not.
Yeah, because we've seen that counter right uppercut. I mean, that's the same counter right uppercut that put Dylan White on his ass, and he wasn't able to recover from it.
Well, not only missing, you're trying to establish a distance to set up your punches. So when you're trying to establish, you're trying to gauge the distance. So Usyk is always gauging the distance to set up his punches to where he's actually, I know I established the distance to now I know that I'm catching you. So.
Oh, you're cutting off. Gonzalo. Anyways.
He's got too much energy, man. The microphone can't handle it.
Yeah. All right.
But I was gonna say something else. Oh,
Go ahead.
official wants to say something.
Official, go ahead.
No, I was saying Gonzalo is on PEDs. You should test him.
Yeah, we know that.
Wada style Olympic drug test.
PEDs and alcohol.
Big up, guys. Yeah,
Victor
I mean, look, yeah. But I agree with Gonzalo because there's the same thing I was thinking while watching the fight. Fury moving back, moving around was allowing Usyk to step closer and making his offense less effective. But when he stood his ground, but the thing is, when Fury stood his ground in those mid rounds that he was winning, he was doing something that I've been telling for years about Loma and Usyk. Although they're not the same fighters, but it's the same principle. When you punch once or twice, it's easy for them to step back and step back in, counter you. But when you meet them with volume, while they're stepping from outside, trying to get inside of your arm reach, of your range, when you met them with a combo of punches, you're catching them, especially to the body, because they can slip or block one or two, but those flurries, and that's exactly what was making Usyk's life difficult in those mid rounds, because Fury was throwing left, right, from bottom to the top, head, body, and it was forcing Usyk to back up. So that's one smart thing that Fury was doing. But now the question is, how long can he do it? Because Usyk has a better gas tank. So if it's true that Tyson is coming in heavier, to me, it signalizes, it means that he's trying to maximize his offense, which will in return minimize his gas tank, which is up.
No, I agree. And he was, Fury was successful when he was standing his ground, when he wasn't backing up, obviously, and catching Usyk coming in. Usyk was reaching a lot of times. And there was opportunities for him to catch Usyk coming in, but Fury, instead of trying to catch him coming in, he would take a step back. He would start moving. Like, why would you do that? You're fighting a smaller guy. Stand your ground and exploit those opportunities.
I honestly think it's because. Go ahead, Steph.
Thank you. Sorry, Quentin. Just to finish off, I really think that Usyk was really flat in the first fight. That Tyson Fury fucked him up with that injury, possibly fake injury, because it made him have 3 back-to-back training camps. He said he never stopped training, and at his age, I think it was bad. So I'm hoping to see him quicker. Other than Usyk slowing down due to his age, because despite Usyk living a cleaner life, his style is more dependent on the quickness and reflexes than Fury is. So that's one of the worries for Usyk. But as long as he does not age overnight, I think I'm picking Usyk, and I really think that he can stop him if he's fresher, and if I'm right about him being, Fury fucking up his training camp with that fake injury. Sorry, go on, Quentin.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think one reason why he refused to stay at close quarters or at mid-range with Usyk is because I think he did have trouble seeing Usyk's punches coming. That's probably like the fastest guy, hand speed and foot speed-wise, he's ever fought before. So I think he said, like, you know what, I can see his punches coming a little bit better at long range, because obviously he has to travel a greater distance, so I will have a better job at seeing his punches coming. And, like in those rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, that's pretty much what you saw. He was countering them really well. I will say Usyk was still slipping in some body shots in there. Fury slipped in his own really nice body shots after I watched it recently with Nightmare. But it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Is
this boxing chief?
No.
Is that boxing chief? Is this boxing chief? Little chief.
No, he said no. He said no.
It's boxing
No,
god.
it's not. Well, you're remember Joaquin Phoenix, Little Chief. You're sounding so useful, dude. You're making a lot of sense, man.
All right.
thank you
Well,
very much.
I'll say this, man. It's that's a good point about Usyk forcing Fury to back up, and then Fury thinking, well, if I had a little more distance, yeah, because he's fighting a shorter guy. That's true. I'm very, like I said, I'm very curious to see what happens with this fight. Now, one argument that I don't comprehend fully is when people say, well, Usyk's actually going to be stronger now because Fury can't improve because he already had 2 training camps and that didn't work out. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. 2 camps won't necessarily make you better. 2 training camps, you can only peak. You reach your peak, and that's it. It's especially at 37. There's very few chances, very little chances that the guy can improve his peak in a second training camp. You know what I mean? That second training camp essentially just means a longer training camp doesn't necessarily mean it's better. In fact, if you have a super long camp and you peak too early, then the trainer has to weigh you down and get you back down. Otherwise, once you get to the fight, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be overworked. That's happened before with guys that train too hard. So with Fury saying, well, he had 2 training camps and that didn't work out. Now he only has 1. Therefore, he's going to be weaker. That's not how it works. So maybe, but that it could be true if he slacked off in the first training camp and then he got injured, and then in the second one he finally got serious. Then okay, I could understand having that second shot.
That's kind of tough, no? You imagine 2 training camps back to back, like Jose Luis Ramirez and fucking Teofimo Lopez, when they were the 2-time losers, like the bad news Bears.
Yeah,
and they're young and they were young guys. Just imagine, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think he needs to come in too light either. That's what people have been talking about. If he comes in too light, he's going to be too weak. Should he? Like Gonzalo was asking earlier, what's his optimal weight? Is it 270 or high 260s? I'm looking forward to this fight.
We don't optimal is just like Optimus Prime. We don't know exactly, but I think I did. But what video? Sorry for sounding like a geek, but when it comes to the gas tank, will he drain or not? He's getting older. At 272.
Well, that's what Usyk does to almost everybody. Usyk is like Lomachenko. He forces you to fight at his pace. He doesn't run around the ring. He doesn't fight throw one punch at a time, clinching, shaking his ass. He will actually go in there and stay in front of his opponent, be defensively responsible, but without needing to move excessively. And that's what tires guys out, especially these big ass dudes.
Sorry to sound like a dickhead, but yes, Usyk will drown out your opponents, but we know this guy's a gargantuan. Their willies are like not their willing. They're ratherly they guy that's like Andre the Giant. He will die at fucking 40 years old. In other words, he will die young, and like the Ultimate Warrior, the fucking WWF wrestlers. But in a 12-round fight, can a 272 gargantuan guy pace his gas tank and make the difference to where he's putting tit for tat and putting the pressure, like he's making you feel the punches on the 34th round, but like fucking Julio Cesar Chavez when it comes to pound for pound and in regards to like when I'm putting a beating on you to this is a 12-round fight and we're going the distance, but this is the heavyweight division. When everything goes out the window because you're weighing at 272, can he carry the gas tank?
That's a big question. That's a big question. That's a big question.
I don't think he can.
And you know what? Like I said, he needs to. We don't know if it's going to work until he tries it, but he's got to switch something up because otherwise it's just going to go the way of the first fight. If he continues to back up, trying to catch Usyk coming in with one shot. That it almost worked the first time, but then near the end, Usyk threw him out and it didn't work. So now he's got to try something else.
Yeah, the gas getting carry, Mr. BDA.
We'll see. We'll see.
Who you picking, man?
Man, I'm still going with Usyk, but I think something tells me might be a closer fight, and the Fury fans are gonna be saying that he got robbed. The Usyk fans are gonna be saying, no. It's gonna be a little like Beterbiev Bivol, maybe. A lot of contentions.
Yeah, that's a sure pick.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree, man. I agree, dude. That's a wise. That's what you love for boxing. We don't know.
Well, listen, this guys, this is an open panel. I want to hear from other people too, man. We want to hear from other people, like who, and anybody can join. By the way, there's still about 6 spots left.
Anybody can join. Link in the description.
Mr. BD. Sometimes when we don't know, that's okay. That's okay, no?
It's not okay.
Absolutely.
It's not okay. We gotta fucking give our prediction, and that's why I'm calling you out, Gonzalo. I'm calling you out. I'm gonna write down your final prediction. Go ahead.
Small knockout later. That's okay. This is boxing. It's okay, dudes. Because a lot of people get in their fucking things. We cannot predict the future.
It's time for your prediction, Gonzalo.
I told you. Hey,
Go ahead.
Chief, you guys, I'm just happy that I'm back. And
What's going on? All right, so you don't want to give us your prediction. That's fine.
I already gave it.
Okay, so you said Fury by decision, right?
Yes, sir.
Unanimous, majority, split.
Unanimous.
What?
Whoa.
Unanimous.
Gee, all right, that's fine. I'm not.
We gotta set up the rubber match, the trilogy.
Hey, Gonzalo, are you still on a how do you say, on a racha? How do you fucking say it in English? A streak.
On a streak.
Are you still on a streak, or did you lose the streak? Because if you're saying that Fury's gonna win, I might place a bet on this.
No, because the rubber match, when you have a fight that's too close, that there's no questions asked, or like it's like, oh, why do we need to see the third match? The rubber match, if the rubber match, it has to be controversial. That's the only reason I'm saying. And I'm one step ahead, because I could have said unanimous, but I had to think real hard. That's why I'm not biting my tongue.
Unanimous. I think it'll be unanimous.
Well, you want to say the rubber match means many millions of dollars. That's only
the politics. Hopefully, the politics don't play as much of a part.
Yeah, I don't like politics, dude.
But the one thing.
This is above my pay grade.
Let's help.
And I think this is where Fury's going to meet his match, because you see him with he's trying to get in his head by being physical at the face-offs, and we've said it a long time ago. We said it a long time ago that you can't get in Usyk's head. Usyk's not the kind of guy you could get. He got in Deontay Wilder's head. I mean, he got into like big time. He had that dude spooked. But with Usyk, you can't, man. This guy's just way too mentally hard. But the thing is, Usyk's such a technical and smart boxer, man, that I think the more rounds you go with him, he's like Lomachenko. The more rounds you go with him, the more he's going to figure you out. So that's why I think he's just going to do better this time. And I think Fury, I mean, I'm always thinking of guys like him and Tank and Spence as ticking time bombs because of their lifestyle outside the ring. I'm telling you, man, there's going to become a time where they go in the ring and all that drinking, partying, all the coke, all this stuff's going to catch up to him hard. And this might be it, man. Because I think if anything, he's getting shook because he's saying like, "Fuck, man, I can't get in this guy's head."
Can I butt in? You know you're going for a 12-round fight already. You know that's the cap. That's the limit. I don't know how to explain myself. You know you're in a 12-round fucking war. So you don't know there's not extra or under. You got to prepare for 12 rounds. That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
What do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it. But can I talk about Tank real quick? I wanted to kind of mention something about him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who?
Tank.
Why?
Well, because y'all were just talking about him earlier, but check it out. Like, it's crazy how this boxing is like a big soap opera, man. I remember shitting on Shakur, like, yo, this guy's like the worst of the worst a couple of months ago. But what's crazy is that now Tank's behavior is almost helping Shakur out. It's making Shakur look like a beast now, because now they're like, oh, you want to fight Shakur, and it's making it look like scared of him. And now everybody's kind of like turning towards Shakur. I mean, not becoming like bandwagon fans, but they're getting behind him. We're like, wait a minute, Like you can't say you don't want to fight a guy. What has he done? And you're fighting a bunch of guys.
Are you
that done
talking
nothing.
about an ultra small minority of people? Because I find that most
No. I'm just
people that
saying
are-
it helps. It's in some weird way. It's helping Shakur rebound off of his
I know that's what I'm
breakdown,
saying
off of
is,
his shitty ass fight.
what I'm saying is that there's an awfully small minority of people that even give a shit about this crop of lightweight fighters right now. Because most of the people I talk to that aren't into boxing, they can give a shit about Shakur, about
Oh
Tank,
yeah. That's
about
that's
Tank,
all American
especially-
fighters, bro. I agree.
Especially Tank, because like he's announcing retirement and he hasn't fucking done yet. He's only ever fought one legitimate champion 8 years. Do you realize in January it will be 8 years? 8 years since he fought a champion, a legitimate belt.
Tank. Yeah, Tank's a fraud, man. But I'm gonna say one thing about Tank, and I hate to say it, bro, but he's got the youngins sewed up, man. I know a lot of like people in their 20s. Some of my younger cousins who are in the boxing gyms because they box. They like the guy, man. I mean, it's just a new wave. They don't know any better. They didn't grow up in watching De La Hoya, Trinidad, Vargas, the early 2000s.
Yeah, but
everybody fought everybody
guys,
like we did. So they don't know any
those
better.
guys,
so they're
are those guys actually buying pay-per-view though?
Yeah, they're not. They're not the ones moving the needle.
I know. Okay. I don't know how it is in your region where y'all are at, but down here in Texas, like especially after the pandemic, like a lot of like patio sports bar places, like they opened up. So now the thing down here, people don't have. I rarely hear about fight parties. Now you see online with Facebook and Instagram, like all these huge patio places with giant screens all over the place. They show fights for free down here. They don't even charge. And I don't think they're paying the fees to have these fights. So that's the thing now. Now everybody's online saying, hey, where are they showing the fight? Where are they showing the fight? Instead of like, who's having a house party? I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but down here, nobody's really having fight parties no more. Everybody's going to all these like Twin Peaks, Ojos Locos. We have all these like one-offs that are like all around the downtown areas of Austin and San Antonio, where San Antonio's a huge fight town, and they have all these patio spots with these giant screens, and people just go there and drink and fight. They don't have to pay anything. They never have a cover charge, and that's what it is down here, anyways. And plus, like the youngins, like the ones who I know that are younger, they all fire stick it. So no, nobody's buying it, but they all still think that this guy is a beast.
Why do you think he
I mean,
transcends?
the numbers suggest otherwise for sure.
Well, I wonder why.
I mean, nobody's buying anything because of technology.
Young people are attracted.
I'm like,
I'm interested in this guy.
I am impressed with the amount of. I am impressed with the amount of people that go and see this guy fight. You can tell the promoters or whoever's doing the mouth talking. You can tell they're doing a really good job because they keep talking about the same thing and how this guy's a champion. However, failing to mention that he's got like the baby belt, he's got the Burger King belt, and it's gotten into the mind of so many people that are willing to spend their money at the gate and willing to spend God knows how much money at the concession stand to go see this guy fight nobodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree, and I'm agreeing with you, but I think we're past the point. After Canelo's gone, I think we're past the point of fighters breaking $1 million, unless it's a matchup that people really want to see that really gets built up. I seriously doubt we're going to have the days where it was like in the early 2000s when it was Canelo, Floyd, Oscar, Pacquiao.
Yeah. I mean,
it's too easy to steal, man.
And that's
It's
a good
way too easy
question.
to steal.
That's a good question for the panel, whoever's on right now. Who do you guys see as the next? I mean, we've probably had this conversation many times, but who is potentially the next person that's going to probably move the needle?
There's nobody in the near future.
Move the needle like Mayweather did, like Pacquiao did.
No, like Canelo, like the last Canelo.
Fuck. It's impossible to tell, though. It's impossible to say.
Man, fuck Canelo. We're talking about the Gypsy King right now.
Yeah. What are we talking about Canelo? That's a great point. Well, we can talk about this later.
We pivoted because we're talking about who's buying. That's what. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah. No, but you wanted to switch it up
So
to Tank
look,
Davis. I don't know why.
let me cut in real quick, Bucho.
Yeah.
I'm sick of all this kumbaya. Everyone's holding each other's dicks, talking about how Usyk's the great unifier. He's gonna save the world. He's gonna save Ukraine. I'm sick of that. Everyone's done turned their back on the Gypsy King. All this negativity has actually made me switch sides. I'm now going for Fury. Now I got Fury by knockout. All right.
All right. Hey, can you give us a round?
So look, we're not going in there like last time. He's not going in there to fucking box. He knows the mission. He knows the assignment. It's the same thing as a Wilder fight, right? You don't got. Why are you trying to box this dude? He's a superior boxer. You're gonna go in there. He needs to run him over like a fucking train. So we're going in kamikaze gypsy style. We're gonna get the fucking knockout, and then we're gonna have to do it all over again, right? So we're gonna need the trilogy. So this is actually for the best, y'all. Fury's gonna get the knockout, and then we're gonna get another fight.
You know what? It's not crazy. I can see that happen. Seriously.
It's not crazy because Fury already knows that, because he's already been in a situation where like, okay, I've been in a boxing match with this dude, and it didn't work out the way I thought. So the only thing he needs to do is use his mass, his size, and throw his weight on this guy. And it worked for him against Wilder. It could work for him against Usyk. Usyk's older. He's damn near he's about Bud's age, ain't he? He's 37. He's only going to be older in the ring. He's not going to be a better version of himself. Tactically, perhaps, right? Because he would have been in the ring already with Fury, so he was already been 12 rounds with the guy. But he's going to be a little bit slower. He's going to be a little bit more susceptible to damage.
By that
he's going to be a little bit more war torn. You know what I'm saying?
By that rationale, so is Fury. Fury got hurt really bad in the last.
Yeah, okay, but this is my counter to that.
Usyk did not get hurt like that, and then also Usyk stayed in relatively good shape during this whole time. Fury went out drinking. He fucking gained weight. He has to lose weight again. He's got to get back in the gym. That's all.
That's what he showed you. That's all Fury showed you. It was part of the game plan. Why do you think the only clip of Fury have you seen?
It's true. No. Yeah.
Let me cook, BJ. Let me cook. Why do you think the only clip you've seen of Fury was him falling on his face drunk? That's the only one. Right?
No, to be honest, that video is old as fuck. I mean, it was right after he lost a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a long time ago. There hasn't been another video of him falling down on the streets or being fat or anything like that.
Or trying to kick the taxi driver's car. That shit was funny, but
yeah, that was how long? That was like a year ago.
Let me counter my to what Madrazo is saying. He's saying that damn, fuck, I low-key forgot. Oh, that Fury took a lot of damage as well. This is how I see that, though. Usyk being the older man, being the lighter man. How much did he come in? 220? And he fought someone that was like 254, right? So that's like 30, 40 more pounds of pressure on you. Fury was bringing him up off the ground with the uppercuts. He was hurting him, dude. So the damage that Usyk sustained in that fight, even though he didn't get knocked down, I think his body, it's more wear and tear on the smaller man's body than it is on the younger, bigger, heavier guy. Even though he almost got knocked the fuck out, it's less wear and tear on that bigger man's body. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, and I understand both fighters had exchanges and they both got hurt. I'm just saying Fury took the worst of the punishment by far.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, man. Go ahead, Source.
I was gonna say, but that maybe I'm repeating myself, but I'm saying, by at the end of the fight, I think the damage sustained is going to be it's going to affect Usyk's body more in the long run than it is Fury's. Fury will be fine to keep boxing after this. Even if he loses 2 more times to Usyk, he could probably still fight. Usyk will not be able to keep going.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is people could look at that and go at the first fight and go, Fury was way more hurt in that fight. Yeah, he was way more visibly hurt in the sense that his head was discombobulated. But in terms of physically worn and torn up, I think that was Usyk because he's a smaller guy. Whether he's absorbing shots on the chin or on the arms, he probably couldn't move the next day. I mean, it might not seem like it. He might seem like, well, he won the fight, but he had to redline it. I'll give you an example. De La Hoya, when he fought John Molina, he won it was a hard fight because it was a sloppy affair. Molina was trying to make it dirty. But, you watch that fight, you go, well, De La Hoya won. He didn't sustain too much damage. He said he couldn't move the next day because he was getting hit in the hips. So, a fight might not seem all that hard or strenuous when we're watching it on TV, but these dudes are feeling the punches, and you better believe Usyk is feeling whatever Fury's throwing at him. So, now listen, this guy's biased, Frank Warren, because he promotes or co-promotes Fury, but he said that when he went to Fury's dressing room, Fury just looked disappointed because he lost the fight. But when he went to Usyk's dressing room, the dude looked weary. Because they were talking about, we got to get his jaw checked out. We believe he might be broken, blah blah. I think, I think Usyk is the one that sustained more damage in that fight, despite Fury being hurt in that ninth round.
BDA, one fantastic example of what you're saying is probably Pacquiao versus Margarito fight, because Pacquiao, when you score the rounds, he clearly won that fight. But the way the video clips of him the day after the fight, he's in the middle of his fence trying to go back to the airport or whatever. He's in a fetal position. At one moment, he's walking down the casino and grabs his stomach and gets in a fetal position because he was just in so much pain from that bodywork from Margarito. But I want to say another thing. Like we said earlier, Fury was making easy for Usyk to win the rounds by moving back. But on the other hand, when he stood ground, that's when he really got hurt. Because I'm not trying to big up myself, but the breakdown video that you published, that I did on the day of the fight, I told people that he could time Fury 1-2 when he stand his ground, and that's exactly how he hurt him in that ninth round. Fury threw 1-2, and as he was about to switch to the southpaw, that's when Usyk got him hurt. And that happened when he stood the ground. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. His offense may be better if he stands his ground and gets in the ring with more weight behind him, but it can also get him hurt.
Yep, that's true. That's absolutely correct. And again, there's room for improvement. Now, again, I'm not saying that because Fury is going to switch it up, it's necessarily going to work. But too many people assume that Usyk's going to be the one making all the adjustments and doing so, in working, for successfully. But Fury's a big dude, man. He can put his guard up and absorb those shots or more shots than the opposite. If Usyk just stands there and puts his guard up, that will hurt him. So this is a very interesting fight coming in. Very interesting fight, and I'm picking what's his name? I'm picking Usyk, but I'm not that confident.
Do you want to give us your official final prediction?
Yeah, I'll go Usyk decision, but I think it's gonna look much more. It's gonna look differently.
Unanimous.
Different. Let me hold on to that.
No, you gotta say it now.
I gotta say it now. Well, I think it's gonna be like a majority decision or something.
All right. Anybody else wants to go? By the way, before we continue, guys, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't be shy. We're like at 35 likes, 37. That's embarrassing. Let's get this up to 50. Hit the like button, or I'm ending the fucking show. By the way, we don't have super chats for now, so you can send us a message and we'll read it on the show by clicking on the link that's in the chat, buymeacoffee.com. Go check it out. And yep, that's how we're going to be reading super chats for now. All right, people on Discord. And I'm going to pick somebody here. Quentin, your turn. Final prediction.
Usyk TKO round 11.
Ding, ding, ding.
Damn. All right.
I tried to warn you guys, Usyk's the real freaking deal. I had all these English lads come in and tell me Fury's going to smash him. He's a blown up superweight, whatever. Well, now what do you got to say? All the little English clowns in the chat. Kevo. What'd they call me? They call me Kevmo. Hadouken! But now what do you get to say? Fury talks a big game, but
yeah, he's making it up.
His resume is not as good as we once thought. Because I bought in the hype too. I said, look at the size. He can do both and this and that. But he's got Wilder and he's got a washed up Vlad and a washed up Vlad.
Yeah.
That's his 2 wins.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing special. So Usyk, I mean, he's been tested up and down. I always say it's better to be smaller. The skill level is always better. The smaller guys, like even that super welterweight, 170, 155, 145, that's all elite talent. When you get to heavyweight, the talent dips dramatically. And that's why someone like Usyk can come up and put a beating on him. The big bad, 6'9", 22,000 stone. Now what?
That sounds like that sounds like excuses. Like when I'm in the ring and I bully people, and they always tell me you're bigger, but I got more skill. I'm like, yeah, okay. Why is that working out for you?
I think it's the speed, the athleticism, the agility, and what do they got? Oh, the power. Well, Fury don't even have that much power. Fury's not no big knockout artist, so
You're right.
I'll take.
Did you see the uppercut he ended Dillian White with?
Dillian White? Who's that?
Ah, come on. Still, I mean,
you know who Dillian White is, bro.
That was
the. Well, to be fair, everybody thinks that everyone ends Dillian White with an uppercut. If we want to be fair about it.
But Kevin makes a good point about the heavyweights. Kevin makes a good point about these heavyweights. The last big heavyweight that I saw that had decent or pretty good fundamentals was Lennox Lewis. After that, big guys like that, 6'5" and above, they're just winning because of semi-decent skills and their size. But when
you didn't think the Klitschko brothers were good? Like good fundamental wise, Klitschko brothers.
No, Vitaly Klitschko didn't have good fundamentals. Look at that Lennox Lewis fight. He was just out muscling the guy because Lennox Lewis was out of shape. Vladimir had a good jab. He had good, semi-good fundamentals, but still a lot of flaws because of his size. And Tyson Fury, I mean, who has he fought? You know,
they're good, talented fundamentals, but the problem is they weren't athletic. They were athletic, but they were stiff. Big. They're very robotic. Very robotic.
Yeah.
Look at Usyk. Look how smooth he is. He's bouncing. He's in and out. The head movement. It's a different level. I feel like a lot of heavyweights. They got this big power. And they're stiff, plodding. That's why a guy like Usyk comes in. He razzle dazzle. We're styling. We're profiling.
Yep. No, you're right. So hey, Kevin, you want to give us your prediction?
I got Usyk by winning. That's as far as I'll go. I'm not sure if I'll stop him late.
Usyk by win.
Come on.
That's a bold prediction.
Come on. You gotta.
I don't know if he'll stop him or he'll just put a beating on him and he'll survive Fury. But he's gonna walk out there a winner, unless they rob him, of course, which is very possible.
Fury's gonna knock him out, bro. 7 rounds, and then we're gonna have to see the trilogy afterwards.
Who do you think has a bigger heart? And be honest.
Who's the bigger one?
A bigger hard on? What?
Next question. What? What are you talking about? Oh.
Kevin, why are you afraid to give us a prediction? Come on.
I'll say Usyk 10th round stoppage. Same thing. Up against the cage. Up against the rope.
Okay.
Fury will be gassed out because he's going to try to come forward this time, and that will, in result, slow him down, and he'll be dead tired by the 10th round. It'll be a finish.
I'd say 6th round stoppage. Usyk already knows what he's going to do. He already knows what he has to do.
You know, I hear what you guys are saying about the stoppage, and I was surprised that Usyk managed to hurt Fury as badly as he, because I was thinking, okay, maybe with accumulation, but I was surprised at how he did it with one shot and had this dude on queer street.
Well, yeah, however, he set it up. Okay, go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, you're just saying that I was one of the people who picked Usyk to beat Joshua in the first fight because I saw Usyk was a better fighter. Then in the rematch, I sort of fell into that whole thing of, well, he can improve, so he's gonna stuff Joshua in the rematch. And it turned out to be more difficult for him. So, and again, I know Joshua and Fury are different fighters. I'm not saying that means Usyk doesn't improve on this one, but let's be, he's fighting bigger guys, and these bigger guys can make a slight adjustment that will give him more of an. They need to make a smaller. In other words, Fury might just need to make a smaller adjustment to improve, whereas Usyk might have to make a big improvement off of Fury's own improvement, and because of the size disadvantage. Is what I'm saying. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, I know it makes sense. I just think that Usyk has more tools, and to be able to adjust to anything Fury will have to would have to throw at him. Fury can make an adjustment for the fight overall for the rematch, but it's up to Usyk to make that adjustment once he sees Fury sticking to a new strategy. So in this case, if we're going skill for skill, I still have Usyk, and if Fury's going to gain more weight, it's going to help. He better do something in the first 4 rounds, because if he doesn't, he's going to be a sitting duck, and then that's it.
I think Fury's going to have a no mas moment. Either he's going to have a no mas moment, or he's going to do something crazy and get himself disqualified, because he's already falling apart mentally. Usyk's only going to get better the more rounds you go with him. I got Usyk big.
All right, so you're questioning Fury's mental stability. Guys, I want to ask you, who has more dog? Who has more dog? And we're going to, the metric here is 1 to 10. So let's go with Tyson Fury. How much dog does this guy have from 1 to 10?
They're both 10. They're both 10, maybe even 12, 11.
What? Based on what? Oh, yeah. Are you talking, Kevin? Are you talking about the Wilder the first fight where Fury went down and he got back up? Is that where you're getting that from?
Exactly. He play against Usyk. He got rocked badly, and he managed to survive all round. So they're both tough as nails. They both got hard for days. So that's not going to be a question.
Does anybody disagree with this?
Now let me ask a question. Yeah, Bucho. In fact, I answer by asking a question to you and Kevin. How much of dog were you giving to Fury in 2 instances, when he was plotting to suicide himself and when he bitched out of Klitschko rematch? How much dog had he at those moments?
That's true.
That's out of the ring.
That's true.
That's
out of the ring.
That
doesn't count.
That counts.
That doesn't count?
That counts. I've never seen anything like that for Usyk. So I have to give him a solid.
We're talking in ring. We're talking in ring.
No, but it's the same shit. I mean, what do you mean?
Kevin, I'm not disagreeing that, Kevin. I'm not disagreeing. Fury, yeah, in many ways, he already showed a lot of mental toughness in various fights. But it's not like they're on the same level when it comes to the Dagometer.
Yeah, I'll give Usyk a 9, and I'll give Fury like an 8, 8.5. How's that?
Okay, that's a lot of dog.
Yeah, I think they're both. I'll give Usyk the advantage because he just seems more disciplined, and so I think that factors into the dog equation. However, I do take points away from Usyk because he bitched out of going to war. He stayed in the back. He stayed in the rear with the gear. I have it on good authority. Yeah. This guy didn't want to fight.
No, Usyk. When did he? I've never seen Usyk
outside the ring. Hey guys, Usyk is smaller too. He's fighting guys way bigger than him. So I think he has way more dog than Fury. I mean, Fury has heart, but he gets dropped and he gets up, but he gets dropped by everybody. His chin is it's not suspect, but I mean he gets cracked every now and then, and he's getting cracked more. So I mean that chandelier is gonna break eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. I agree, Southpaw Lefty.
I'll give Usyk.
Yeah, but we're not talking about chin endurance. We're not talking about that. We're talking about who's got more heart. Who can take a beating, keep coming forward, who can that's the point. And I think they both got it. They both showed it. Usyk against he takes beating, he takes big shots, body shots.
That's why we love these guys, man. That's why we love these guys. That's why Americans are slipping and these guys are taking over, man, because they do. They're fighting their ass off, man. They got heart, you know.
I think they both have heart, man. It's like just because Usyk didn't go down, Chisora hit him pretty fucking hard when they fought. And Chisora does not hit light. Anthony Joshua landed some pretty clean rights on him, right on his chin. And at moments when I thought he was hurt or he was going to be mentally deterred, he wasn't. He stayed focused and he stuck to the game plan. And I think they both got hurt. I think they both got hurt.
The reason why I'll give Usyk the advantage is obviously to BD's point, he's more disciplined, and also he's standing up to like guys that outweigh him by 30, 40 pounds, and he's not going down. I think that's really impressive. I think people don't talk a lot of chin, but Usyk probably has like the second best chin in boxing, maybe, and arguably number one.
I would have to agree with that as well because it's not every day you see a guy come up from cruiserweight and take hits from a massively bigger guy that's already used to that weight and just stick to the game plan and keep charging forward. You don't see that every day.
And I always give the edge to a guy who's never popped dirty for steroids. That's always going to put a damper in like what's going through a guy's mind when he has to cheat.
All right.
Yeah. To that. Didn't Fury once didn't pop dirty once a long time ago? But
yeah, against Klitschko. But then he started claiming mental health and everything. Yeah. But and these fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Fury, they come up and they make you root for them because they do things we like, but then they turn around and do shitty things that make you kind of turn against them. It's like WWE back in the day when Hulk Hogan was a good guy and then he turned into the bad guy, was an NWO. Like these guys do. It's not the fans that are fickle. Sometimes these fighters, like Fury, was coming up, he was doing what we wanted him to do, but then after he beat Wilder, he started avoiding and stalling this fight, and he started just taking time off and claiming mental health, and we knew that was a fraud in hindsight.
To be fair, I fell into it myself because at one time when Wilder was knocking out all these people, I thought, oh shit, he's only got this one skill, but he does it really good. He can land that punch with authority, and he can land it whenever he wants. And I thought that was just a skill on its own, and I bought into all the hype about Wilder. And then when they fought, I thought it was just incredible when he got back up. And then I realized, I watched the fight again, and I realized, man, this guy they kind of suck. They're both not even that great. They're not even that good of fighters either.
Yeah, and you're right. And in hindsight, you see that Fury has been dropped by. He gets dropped by everybody. So when Wilder, who was knocking out a bunch of
not everybody. They're not everybody. Come on, let's not exaggerate here.
I mean, Steve Cunningham dropped him.
Yeah, that was a long time. When was that?
Concerns with this point.
When was it?
I got two concerns with this point right here. Let me tell you guys. First off, is they're going to be fighting over there in the Middle East, 1-0. They're going to try to make it 1-1. That's my first concern. And my second concern is Usyk. He relies on athleticism, and he's getting older. Every time you get older, athleticism is going to be first to go. The movement, the speed, conditioning, all that stuff. So I think those are two concerns I have. What you guys' thoughts on that?
I agree with you, Kevin. That's something that I think as well, because Fury, he used to box, try to be fast boxer, but he has different dimensions to him. He can use his size, his weight, his reach advantage, all these different things, so that he can lean on you, etc. Use his strength, being 270-pound guy. While Usyk is more dependent on that quickness and the reflexes. I agree.
Well, you know what? I will say this, you guys. Both these guys are past it already. Neither of these two are in their prime at all. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
Usyk, watching Usyk fight Fury was like, okay, they're kind of at each other's level now. This Usyk moving the way he's moving, he probably would get beat by Breedis or somebody else, or Balview or somebody else if he fought the way he's fighting Usyk. The way he's fighting Fury. There was nothing spectacular about the way Usyk was moving in the last fight. They're both past their prime. I just, all the slowing down stuff. They're both probably going to come in a little slower. I don't know. It may be an underwhelming fight. Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But one guy has substance abuse problems, and he gets really heavy, and he's gotten.
I mean,
do we know? Do we actually know if Fury?
It's like Bud.
Yeah, but
it's like Bud. Bud's old, but he's not as old as his years are.
Right. Just because you're 36 doesn't mean you're this. Everybody is the same at the same age, right? Some people actually, people take care of themselves. Some people abuse, like Ricky Hatton.
Exactly.
I mean,
and I think when people talk about how old Usyk is compared to Fury, I keep that in mind. I keep that very same thing in mind. Is that one guy has abused his body and the other guy really hasn't.
Yeah,
I think coke binges will fuck your liver up, your fucking kidneys up. Just fucks you. It just fucks you up.
Yeah, no, you're
all
right.
around.
That's not even the issue, man.
And extreme weight gain. The extreme weight gain and loss gets you.
Yeah.
But, and we saw his chin get shaky. But I want to give a shout out to both guys, man. That they put on a badass commercial. I don't know if y'all talked about the commercial yet. That shit was funny as hell.
Oh yeah. That commercial that was pretty good. Guys, check it out.
Yes. So Lefty. I think that what you're saying. Well, I think that neither myself or Don Madrasos disagree. We both agree. I mean, I agree with both of you guys. It's just about to. We should just wait. Fuck. I'm unable to express myself. Sorry for this.
It doesn't have to be one thing is right and one thing.
You need a drink.
Yeah. Now I know what I'm trying to say. To Madraso's point, what I was saying earlier about Usyk not looking good, maybe being spent in the training camps, it also makes me wonder: was it the case of Usyk, being his timing being fucked up by Tyson Fury's fake injury, or was it him finally showing his age? Maybe that was the reason why he was not looking as quick, as sharp as he used to.
I think I saw that in the second Joshua fight. I saw it in the first Joshua fight. He just didn't move the same way. There was some, like, go back and watch the way he fought Breedis. Go back the way he fought Bellevue. Like he was lighter, sure, but there was more snap. There was more quick twitch. You know what I'm saying? It's different. That's it.
Yeah, those guys aren't like 8 feet tall, though.
Yeah, but right. I want to say something to Don Madrasos. Sorry, I'll be real quick. I was saying the same thing while I was watching the first AJ fight, which is kind of understandable because he added more muscles. And I was saying that Usyk, to me, he looks like he's carrying too much meat on his sticks, on his body, on his bones. Always look to me that way. In the cruiserweight, he was lighter. He was more able to move all the time, while against these heavyweights, AJ and others, he limited his movement. Was still good in the first AJ fight, but was not. He was unlike in the cruiserweight where he was moving all the time against AJ. He was taking just single steps forward, left, right, etc. I hope it makes sense.
No, it does. Plus, you don't have to move that much when you're fighting guys that are that big, because they're not going to move that fast. I mean, I know people always say, oh, Fury moves fast for a big guy. Yeah, for a big guy, he moves fast. For a big guy. But for a guy that's lighter and quicker, that's just used to moving around, he doesn't have to move that much. He doesn't have to be fucking like a acrobatic fucking, superstar in there. All he has to do is just move his feet in the right way, and he made adjustments. He was getting caught with those uppercuts, and after a while, he was covering up his body. He was covering up the side that was getting hit, and he moved in on him. And he was working that punch, that punch that hurt, that ultimately hurt him. You could see I think he broke his nose at one point. The round before he hurt Fury, and he was working that punch. He kept working him, and he wore him down. So I don't know. The way I see this fight going is if Fury comes in really heavy, I think he's going to have to stop Usyk in the first couple of rounds, or
Well,
he's
he's
not going to
coming
move
heavy.
all night.
He's coming heavy. That's a fact. They
Yeah,
said
well,
it.
he's not going to move around that much. He's going to be a sitting target, and I think he might get taken out. He might.
That's going
if
to be
he
tough.
goes
It
in
also
heavy.
depends on the ref. It also depends on the referee. If the referee allows him to put his weight, because he does that if he can, he'll pull out all the dirty tricks. If he lets him lean on him, it could wear out Usyk. You know what I mean?
Sure. But if he survives, listen, if Usyk survives the first 4 rounds with a heavy Fury, Fury's done. You know, he's just done.
Lean on it too.
I
thought
agree,
that
absolutely.
happened a lot in the first round, but like you said, he moved from side to side, angles out, so that made it easier for him to slide out instead of Fury just kind of just laying on him. So I don't know, man. I think I gave you my prediction, but
Wait, what's your
can't wait for
prediction?
that one.
Official prediction. Final prediction.
From who?
Southpaw. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man. I got Usyk by stoppage, or Fury, or like I could see Fury just like doing a no mas or just like sabotaging his way to a DQ and getting out of the fight.
All right. So
my big trap.
I just want to put Usyk big.
I wrote Usyk by disqualification.
Yeah. I'm down.
All right. I want to get Don Madrazo's prediction as well.
I'm going to say Usyk 5th round by stoppage. She's going to stop him in the 5th round.
Hold on. Did you say 5th?
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, hold on. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, buddy.
5th?
He knows what's up.
Hey, maybe. You know, anything can happen, to be honest. I'm not even surprised. If Usyk 5th round stoppage, okay. I think that's the craziest prediction I've heard so far, but again, in my opinion, it's possible, man, because Fury mentally, he's a wild card. We don't know what to expect with this guy. All right, who else do we have in here? Official boxing scorecard. Final prediction.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's say Usyk by some type of stoppage technical knockout, 10th or 11th round. 10th round, let's say.
Now it makes sense. Who else do we have in here? Is Never Sobers already wrote his prediction down. It says Fury by knockout with exclamation marks. Jacques, are you there? Jacques Cousteau.
Yo. Yeah. Give me Usyk round 9.
Okay. Usyk round 9. All right.
Yeah, like I bet Fury stays in the corner. He just doesn't come out.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Now, people are talking about His Excellency wanting a 3rd fight. I don't know why he would want a 3rd fight. Like, what do you guys think about that bullshit? That theory, that conspiracy. I don't think His Excellency wants a 3rd fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's other fights to be made, and it's not like he's making money on this.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Joke.
Who's this?
Sorry, I'm in the car, so I can't talk much, but put me down for Usyk KO round 8.
What the hell? But you said did you say Usyk or Fury?
Usyk is going to stop Fury in round 8.
Okay. All right. Usyk's 8th round. All right. Well, there you have it, people. I think few people are picking Tyson Fury. So far, we only have Gonzalo and Never Sowers who are picking Tyson Fury. Very interesting. I mean, I think it makes sense, taking into consideration what happened in the first fight. What are people saying in the chat here? Technique saying Sobers sees the Fury knockout. Yeah, he does.
As long as it's the subject, I got another question. What do you think about that co-main event? What's the Ukrainian dude versus Vargas? Or what's his name?
No, it was supposed to be Madrimov versus Bohacek, whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No, that's
He's
not
fighting
happening.
Ishmael Dave, the UK guy. Yeah.
Bohacek.
Oh, what happened with Madrimov?
Well, Madrimov dropped off because apparently he has like the flu or some bullshit. He's fighting Ortiz in February, so I don't think he wants to jeopardize that fight. So he dropped out. He came out with an excuse. That's my opinion. He said he was sick. That's the official explanation. I think he's faking it.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
bronchitis or something like that.
Yeah, bronchitis, exactly. I mean, you guys believe that shit? I don't believe that shit. But that guy's smart.
No, he just
that
didn't
guy's
want
smart.
Yeah, he didn't want to take 2 tough fights in a row.
No.
That would be like, imagine that, like Crawford, then Bohacek, and then Ortiz. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the undercard is pretty shitty, and people are calling it a crappy undercard that's only has British level boxers, domestic level boxers.
Bohacek, he got Jude out of his last fight. I thought he won that one. And Madrimov, he didn't win, but he put up a good fight. He looked good.
Some people thought Ortiz should have lost that fight against Bohacek. And even Madrimov, some people saying Madrimov should have won that fight. So that's unfortunate. But I'm glad Bohacek is getting some exposure again, because wasn't it Bohacek who was with the PBC and he wasn't getting any fights? Who was it?
I thought he's with he's doing those fight nights with what's his name? Yeah. He was doing that for a while.
Oh yeah, he was saying in the spotlight. Now he's getting some shine, you know. So that's good. But the undercard's terrible. We just gotta admit that. But who gives a shit? We have a great main event, and so I think people will buy that pay-per-view just based on the main event, not on the undercard. All right, what else, guys? If you want to keep talking about this fight, we can talk about it. If you're gonna give your prediction, guys, jump on. Don't be shy. The link is in the chat. Anybody can join. Everybody should join. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. And we don't have super chats for now, but you can click on the link that says "Buy me a coffee," and you can send us a message, and we can read it on the show. Guys, what else do you want to talk about? Anything else?
Speaking of, I got something for you. Is it any truth behind the payments? I heard like some ridiculous $100 million. Is any truth to that? You guys know anything about that?
Which payments?
Oh, the purse? Yeah, apparently they're getting like Usyk's getting like 114 million. I forgot how much Tyson Fury's gonna. Yeah, they're getting a lot of fucking money.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll give you the exact numbers in a minute.
Okay, but I didn't even know they're getting that much. That's almost what Conor McGregor got, no? Against Mayweather. Over 100 million. What?
I think Usyk's going to get 115 million. I read. I just don't believe it.
That's insane.
Well, they said they put up 190 million.
Here it is. Usyk is getting 60%, which is 114 million. And the Fury 76 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was part of the first fight, wasn't it? Where Usyk said, "If I beat you, I get 60-40 in the rematch." Because he took like 70-30 for the first fight, 30% his way. So he was like, "Fuck it, I'll beat you, and then I'll get more in the rematch."
Right. That's right.
Baller move.
Well, that's crazy.
That's baller.
Do they deserve it?
I'll get it on the back.
Do they deserve it?
I got your ass.
Yeah.
I don't believe it though. I just don't think those numbers are right. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I don't think we will see actually.
But if that is true, then they better put on a good fight. I'll just say that getting paid that much.
Just imagine that's how much it took to get fucking fighters to fight each other. You had to give them generational money just for them to fight.
Yeah.
Oil money.
Look, it may be true. Maybe they're both really getting that as much money for this fight. But I'm just wondering maybe call me crazy, but could be some money laundering. Look, both of their countries are in a war against Russia, covered or overt war. So there may be some money laundering and bullshit. I would not be surprised neither.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
That's why when Canelo said, "Give me 150 million," it didn't sound too crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what they're not making that much on pay-per-view. So
it's not. They're splitting 191 million, and and it hasn't been disclosed.
There's still a lot of money.
I mean, what do you think the pay-per-view is going to be?
They said the first fight was around 150, and Fury took 70% of 150 on the first fight. And they said the second fight is reported to be closer to 191, and they haven't disclosed the split.
60-40.
These dudes are losing out on like every boxing event. It seems like they're not making nothing on these fights. They're paying ridiculous amounts of money, and I just don't see how they're profiting.
Guys, I just want to interrupt. We got not a super chat, but a buy me a coffee message from Rapak's Trunking Company again, $5. Thank you for that. He says they don't make them like Oscar de la Hoya. Like when Oscar de la Hoya fought 5 times in 1 year, I thought Madrimov what? And he's like thinking.
I guess that's you're saying Madrimov was doing that when he had like those 2 fights scheduled.
Oh, okay. He was trying to replicate that. Okay, yeah, good point. Thank you for that comment, Rapak's Trunking Company. Appreciate that. Yeah, Oscar de la Hoya. I mean, yeah, they don't do that anymore. We've talked about it. But yeah, so they're getting paid a lot of money for this fight. They better put on a good performance. I think it's up to Fury to put on a good to make this a real fight. Usyk's always there. It's Fury that has to show up. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, it's Usyk's gonna do what he does. He's gonna box. He's gonna slip and move, shuck and jive. Fury, he can go on there, press forward, and make it ugly, make it really exciting. It's really in his hands if it's going to be an exciting fight.
Yep. Exactly.
It has to be though. The first fight was really exciting. Second fight should be the same.
Well, yeah, I agree with Bucho that I mean, if anyone is capable of spoiling that fight, it would be Fury. Because Usyk, like it or not, he has to make it exciting with him being undersized, plus his style, high output style.
Fury, Jonathan Morrison says Fury said Usyk lost because his country was at war. What a joke! Lost what?
I remember
think
that.
He would lose. What did he say?
He said after the fight, he said, "Oh, they're doing sympathy." He gave him a sympathy win because his country's at war.
Yeah. That's pathetic. Yeah, no, fuck it. It's up to Usyk. Up to Fury to do something about it. You guys think Sugar Hill is gonna be able to come up with a plan and Fury's gonna be able to implement it?
Hell no. I mean, he didn't really come up with anything the first time. He just was telling him, "Pick it up, man. Come on, bro." And everyone was talking. I think that they're kind of overrating Sugar Hill a little bit. And I don't know why they started calling him Sugar Hill Stewart. I mean, his name was Javon Hill. And all of a sudden they changed his name to Sugar Hill Stewart.
Well, you know why.
I don't get that you're the Neff.
It's like Ali.
Yeah, I know he's the Neff.
It's like, what was this guy's name? The great-grandson or some shit.
Yeah.
Ali guy was Ali.
Ali.
Nico Ali Walsh.
Nico Ali Walsh. Yeah, Ali Walsh. He's like, well, where's the Ali coming?
And that's Rob Gronkowski, famous Polish athlete.
Yeah. But, hey, we have El Tanque here. El Tanque, are you there? El Tanque. He has some good predictions. I think he I don't remember. There was a fight he predicted that he got absolutely correct. and everybody was going against his prediction. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to jump on, don't be shy. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Talk about anything.
What about that? Go ahead.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, what about that Bivol Beterbiev 2 card? That looks really good. I know that's months away, but I thought that looked amazing. Yeah, have you seen that, Kevin? You're talking about good undercards. That has an excellent undercard.
Yeah, you gotta admit it's a good card.
Sure haven't. Bivol Beterbiev, another banger.
Yep. How did you score that first fight, Kevin?
I had Bivol.
You had Bivol?
I had Bivol.
I did too. Yeah. I had Bivol too. And everybody was saying Beterbiev clearly won.
The body language. The problem is he was coming forward and he was eating shots like it was nothing. So that's what the judges saw. He was just walking through shots, and
that's true.
So they thought because he's really tough, then he should win the fight. But he was getting bombed down with clean shots. The problem is the dude's he's made of steel. He is tough as nails.
Do you guys think Bivol can hurt Beterbiev in the second fight? Because I don't think he didn't even hurt.
Bucho,
yes.
I think he can, and I even think that he did hurt Beterbiev multiple times. But the thing is, look, with Beterbiev, the thing is, his ring IQ, his experience is very high. So he knows that he knows his style. He knows that he has to go forward, even if he is eating punches. So that's why it's even more impressive. We see it as impressive that he's eating those clean punches from Bivol, but despite it, he still keep coming forward. But he knows that he has to do it in order to try to close the distance. Because if he stays away, he is open for even more punches. So I think that he was hurt. I mean, yeah, he has damn good chin, don't get me wrong, but I think that he was getting hurt. He was feeling Bivol's punches.
Yeah, one thing that Beterbiev does when he's shook up or when he feels uncomfortable with the shot, he'll circle either to the ropes or to the corner, and he'll try to line you in, like he'll try to run you into something. Usually it's like an overhand right when you get too. Bivol did get too kind of punch gun happy where he started just throwing combinations on him. He was catching him with shots, and then he ran into something that shook him up. And he does that a lot. He did it with Anthony Yard when Anthony Yard called him with, I think, a left hook, and then he circled to the corner, and then he hit him with like an overhand right, and then pivoted him back. He pivoted Anthony Yard back into the corner and hurt him. So that's one thing Beterbiev loves to do. When he gets hurt, he loves to run you into something. When you get to I call it fire happy when you're just throwing shots because you think you have a guy hurt. He'll run you into something with a counter. That's what he loves to do.
Yeah, Quentin, I agree 100%. He looks to when he sees you that you're too trigger happy, like you're saying. He is trying to make you become even more greedier and run you into a trap, into a counter with lateral movement. He did it also to.
How do you exit the leave the chat? I gotta head out.
All right.
I don't know how to leave.
The red phone.
I'll kick you out. All right, take care, Kevin. See ya. All right. Yeah, those are great points, Quentin. Some people are, in the chat, Rapax is saying Arthur swept Bivol. You guys see that?
Yeah, that definitely didn't happen.
No, he swept in the first fight. He swept him. I think it was close.
Yeah. Look, it's because Beterbiev, he was working constantly. He was working hard. Even in this fight, he threw about 1,000 punches, which is huge output. So that's why. But if I was not paying a close attention to what punches were landing and what punches were being blocked or missing, I would think the same thing that Rapax is saying. Although, but I was paying a close attention what was landing and what not, and I was seeing a lot of his punches being blocked by Bivol.
Okay.
That I think that many people scored as landed punches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's also like we come in there with like the history of every time he punches you, he hurts you. So we think, yeah, he's hitting him on the guard, but he's breaking him down. But it didn't happen in that fight. Bivol stood up to it. A lot of people were surprised to see him go all 12 rounds with him. And then you have to realize, well, now you have to score each round by round. And I think Bivol won 7 out of the 12 rounds.
Yeah. By the way, people are saying, like, Jonathan Morrison says, Beterbiev won the fight, but still got his head boxed off. Iparakua is saying that there's a lot of Bivol dick riders on the panel. Iparakua also says Bivol was afraid of Beterbiev, like he was afraid of Daddy Canelo. Okay, come on. Yeah, I don't think Bivol was afraid of Canelo at all. And I had Bivol winning the fight, and I'm not even a Bivol fan, to be honest. Just the way I saw it. By the way, Beterbiev looked old. Yeah, go ahead.
I like Beterbiev's style better, so I definitely would rather see Beterbiev in this sport, but he's older, and sadly we got to see more Bivol. So, I mean, I'm definitely not picking Bivol to win because I think I like his style or anything. I just think that he won that fight, and I'm picking him to win again.
Yep.
Yeah, very similar for me. I always was breaking down Beterbiev's style way more than I did Bivol, and I was picking Beterbiev until a day or two before the fight, where I sat down to watch Bivol, and I told myself Bivol should be winning this. The style matchup is favoring him, so it is what it is. If he feels that I'm dick riding, if he thought about me, so well, But it's just what I'm picking based on the style, not based on emotions. Because I was picking Beterbiev, and just like Quentin, I preferred Beterbiev's style.
Yeah, no, it's not based on emotions. It's based on what you saw. Errol Stevens in the chat says nobody attacked the body in the first fight. That's a good point.
Buenas noches, Tyson Fury all day.
Oh, is this El Tank is here finally? Tyson Fury all day. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so look, I was telling Sobers the other day, bro. The first match, I picked Usyk to win, and I bet some money. I made my money. At the end of the fight, before the judges, the scores came out, as a boxing fan, bro, I didn't know who really won the bout because it was so close, right? And I was happy Usyk got it. I got my money, whatever. And then a couple days later, I went to rewatch the fight. Bro, I finally scored it. And, the first 4 rounds, I did not give them to fucking Usyk at all. At all, bro.
I didn't.
And then there was some adjustments that Usyk did do, that were effective, started picking up the later rounds. But then the big fella made another adjustment. He went back to uppercutting his ass as he was coming in, bro. And that would make him reset quite a bit. Bro, if it wasn't for that, him getting clipped, that would have been an easy fight for Fury. I don't see Usyk winning the rematch. I know Usyk is the dude that, he wins the rematches, but Tyson Fury is another man that doesn't lose the rematches. It's a hell of a fight, bro, but I'm picking the bigger dude.
What is your official prediction? Fury by what?
I want to say he... I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say I want to say he stops him, but no, I feel like he's going to win by points, bro.
Unanimous?
Decision, Fury.
Unanimous? Majority?
Majority.
Okay.
Majority decision, Tyson Fury. I think the big fella can do it. It's not normal for a guy that fucking big to move like a Usyk, bro. That shit is crazy. The dude is agile. He's very good. He has very deceptive punches behind his jabs, bro. I didn't pick them up in the first fight, but on the second time I watched it, dude, the dude has this sneaky ass jab where he throws the jab and mid punch, he switches it to a hook. It is crazy. The dude is he's fucking good, man. They're both really good fighters. You know, this is one hell of a fight. The first one was fucking great. I'm taking Tyson Fury, the rematch. I might fuck around and get a trilogy, bro.
Damn. Well, so you're the third person so far that is speaking Tyson Fury. You are now with Never Sobers, who picked Fury by stoppage, and with Gonzalo, who's picking Fury by unanimous decision. You're the only three guys that are picking Tyson Fury so far. We'll see if that changes, if there's more people that start picking Fury as we continue on with these prediction shows. What do you guys think about what El Tanque just said? Anybody want to chime in? BDA, are you there?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I just don't see how you can give Fury. You said you didn't have Usyk winning 3 out of the first 4 rounds. I just don't see how Fury can win those. He wasn't doing much, and he was getting caught upstairs and downstairs multiple times with that left hand and with a lot of body shot. So that's why I think like the first 3 rounds were easily given to Usyk. In my opinion,
crazy, Quentin. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are Quentin are on your side saying that that Usyk clearly won the first 3 rounds. I had it 4-1 for Fury going into the 5th round. I give Tyson Fury three rounds.
I honestly don't know how you can have that. I mean, if you count punches landed, Usyk wins that. And if you count, I mean, literally, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd round. It starts off with Usyk clopping him with a big left hand.
Yo.
So I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know what, Quentin? We gotta do this for real. We gotta watch the fight off the air. Everybody together.
I didn't get
watch part of it. Seriously,
first couple rounds. I gave him the Fury too.
Oh,
I think you definitely need
there you
to
go.
watch that fight again. We can all do it together because me and Nightmare recently did it, and I just didn't. I gave. First round I gave him was the 4th round. Fury.
Night Murphy's he's just trying to.
That guy's a fucking fanboy, dude. I'm cool.
He's trying to contradict Olaf. That's the whole point. That's why he's got. No, but seriously. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. About those first 3 or 4 rounds, I scored them all, if not, or 3-1 for Usyk. To me, it was easy to score for Usyk. But on the other hand, what was visible is that Usyk, in order to win those rounds, had to work much more. He was really overexerting and spending himself, working a lot because of that size difference, and Fury was just leaning back, being relaxed. So that's the thing that I believe made you believe, guys, that Fury was winning. Although I completely disagree, but I think that you had that impression just because of how hard Usyk had to work and the punches that he constantly had to throw in order to win those rounds.
It's possible. I gotta rewatch the fight. I'll make it happen. We're gonna do a watch party, watch along, whatever you wanna fucking call it, off the air, and I'm gonna record it. And I'm gonna upload it, but without the video, obviously, because of copyright issues and all the bullshit.
Hey, Bucho, yes. Just quickly, sorry. But on the other hand, what I found interesting, I think that those rounds after the 9th round is debatable of how many of those rounds Usyk took, because after the 9th round, Usyk himself was dead tired. And despite me favoring Usyk, the reason why I think that Fury possibly saw something in that fight was that Usyk too was dead tired. Fury was hurt after the 9th round because of the obvious reasons, but I think that he was surprised that Usyk was really struggling after that 9th round. It was hard for him to land on Fury. So I think that he was surprised by how spent Usyk was and his gas tank.
For me, the fight changed when he broke his nose.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, and the eighth round.
That's when the fight kind of flipped. Momentum shifted towards Usyk when he started pawing at the nose. And you could tell it was affecting Fury.
Exactly.
It kind of reminded me when Lucas Matisse fought Danny Garcia and Lucas Matisse's eye went out. This whole momentum shift. That shit happens.
Yeah, I gave Fury round 4, 5, and 6. Round 7 was a swing round, and then after round 7, I gave Usyk every round after that.
Yeah, round 7 was, I agree with you, as a swing round. Now, I edged it towards Usyk. Maybe you can say I'm a bit biased, whatever, but it was a battle of which did you like better? Did you like the right uppercut from Fury, or did you like the straight left from Usyk? And I just like that Usyk threw more. To me, that they landed about the same. So I'm going to give it to a guy that's working harder, but also landed about the same number of punches. But yeah, go ahead, Bucho.
Yeah, and Bucho.
No, go ahead, the Madrazos.
And also, isn't a good big guy usually supposed to beat a good little guy? And he really didn't. I really didn't see the fight that close. People saw it closer, and
no judge gave Usyk the 7th round.
Yeah, that was a swing round, but I couldn't give Fury more.
Fury
than 4
broke
rounds.
his nose in the 8th.
I know. I couldn't give Fury more than 4 rounds.
Okay,
I just couldn't do it. There's no way.
I saw Usyk.
Yeah, same for me,
cruise
Madrazos.
control. Yeah, Usyk did go on cruise control after he rocked Tyson Fury. He knocked him down basically. But before
the next round he did land a bunch of combinations on him. That was Fury's obviously round where he was trying to get his feet back under him, and he survived. He still had to work to get those rounds with Tyson Fury even afterwards. I mean, round 12, I still say that's another round that could have gone either way because they both landed a good share of shots. I think every judge gave the round to Tyson Fury. I mean, you can make an argument, but yeah, that round went back and forth because they were cracking each other with all kinds of shots in that round. It was a really good final round.
Yeah.
It was a really good fight, and I'm glad they're fighting again.
Hey, I am your leader.
Yeah, Quentin.
I just want to get I am your leader's prediction here.
I got Fury. I had Usyk in the first fight. I got Fury in this one. I'll take unanimous decision.
All right. Sounds sensible. We got another Fury prediction here. Very interesting. Go ahead, official.
Well, no, nothing much. I was just about to agree once more with Quentin and say that those rounds after the 9th round, yeah, Fury was hurt, but some of those rounds were close. So those rounds, I would not be surprised if anyone gave to Fury.
All right. By the way, in the chat, Joker's Wild says, I hope Usyk goes for the low blows to slow Fury down early. Hit him right in the balls. Usyk needs to own his ass. I mean, I think this guy really hates Tyson Fury or something. I hope it's a clean fight. I don't think there's any need for dirty tactics. By the way, if Usyk wins this fight, is he retiring or something? Because what else would there be?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? What do you think?
I would like it to happen, but I don't think that's what he wants to do, because initially that's what he was saying. Like a year or two ago, he was saying that after unifying, he'll retire. But lately, he said that.
And then he was like,
Wait, hold on. All right, go ahead.
But lately he said that he counts on fighting until 40, and that's something that I don't like. But yeah. He said it. He said it. He feels like he's able to fight until he's 40.
What the fuck? Yeah, no.
That money,
you know
probably the same guys who are keeping Zelensky hostage are keeping him hostage.
Yeah, exactly.
I would not be surprised and forcing him to fight.
Keep on fighting. We need that money. You know what? I think it depends on how this Fury rematch plays out. If it's a very tough fight for Usyk and he really has to work for that win, he might say, you know what, I'm retiring. I don't need this bullshit. If he wins decisively without taking a lot of punishment, he might decide to stay in the sport for a little bit longer. That's my opinion. I mean, that's what I would do. Yeah, but he's 38. Somebody said, "Oh, he's turning 38 years old." That is old. That is old for a boxer. He's heavyweight though.
And remember Bucho, he was wondering lately also if he's going to come back down to cruiserweight or whatever.
Oh yeah, do you think why would he go back to cruiserweight?
I mean, it could be interesting. Now I don't know who's there to compete with, but what I don't like is him and other guys jumping up and down weight, gaining weight, then going back down to drain themselves again. That's something that I'm a bit afraid of, let's say.
Well, why doesn't Usyk go for the Bridgerweight title? The Bridgerweight, I think the WBC, they have the belt for the Bridgerweight division. He could go for that. No, but to be honest, I don't know. If I'm Usyk, I would retire after the Fury fight. There's really nothing else. Would anybody be interested in him fighting not Dylan White, Daniel Dubois again? I don't think so. Hell
no. There would be nothing to prove.
Nothing to prove. He already beat Joshua as well. Hey, did you guys hear about Deontay Wilder potentially fighting Ngannou? What a joke. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and I think I was listening.
Nah, forget. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk. It's just a rumor. To be honest, now now that I think about it, I don't really give a fuck about Deontay Wilder and Ngannou. That's another circus fight. Boxing needs to stop with this bullshit. I mean, enough is enough. We had Logan Paul against Tyson. We had Joshua against Ngannou. People were saying that Ngannou had a chance of beating Anthony Joshua. I mean, he had absolutely no fucking chance. We saw the result. He got knocked the fuck out. And people were saying, oh, Ngannou, he takes head kicks. He used to take kicks to the head. There's no way a boxer can knock him out. Fuck, he got knocked the fuck out. So let's forget about these UFC boxing crossover fights. Let's forget about Jake Paul fighting another old boxer. Let's get serious. What do we need for 2025? Let's talk about that. Which fights do we need for
Canelo
2025?
versus Crawford is the only fight I want to see next year.
Canelo versus
Absolutely.
Crawford.
We need that fight. We need Gervonta Davis to step up. That's another thing. All these circus fights are happening because the so-called best fighters aren't fighting top opposition. Gervonta Davis needs to fight one of the top guys in his division. We need Canelo Crawford, Benavidez as well. We need to see him fight the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. We need to see all the top guys fight each other, and we'll get less circus fights.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
I agree 100%.
How do we save boxing? Oh, it's so difficult to understand. I don't know. What's the solution? Like Quentin just said, just make the fights that we want to see. The competitive fights, the big fights. That's it. It's not that complicated. I never saw us talking about Canelo Crawford. Some people are complaining about that fight. It's a mismatch. He said Terence Crawford wants that fight. Terence Crawford is not that small. We saw that picture where he's standing next to Beterbiev. He doesn't look like a midget. And a lot of people have been talking a lot of fucking shit about, they've been saying that Crawford actually has a chance. Let's find out. What's the problem? Why are you holding Terence Crawford back?
Bucho,
let him try to
He can whoop his ass. He can whoop his ass until it becomes real. You know what I mean? It's always Crawford can outbox him. He can do this. He can do that. He's a water walker. Until the shit gets real and the fight starts actually getting talked about. And then it becomes, Canelo's too big and he's too heavy and this and that bullshit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like when he whips, when he kicks his ass. What are they gonna say then?
Well, that's the thing.
They're gonna make up all the excuses.
They're gonna say he was too small, but this is the thing though. The only thing Canelo has over him is some weight. Crawford will be taller. Crawford will have longer reach. He'll be faster, right? He has faster everything. The only thing Canelo's going to have is power. And if he's pound for pound number one in the world, he should be able to overcome that one disadvantage. Do you need every fucking advantage in the fight in order for you to win? How is that pound for pound?
Exactly.
Fuck, that's so true, Never Sober, because his whole career, I mean, these guys are bragging, are complaining, like, see, he's doing the same thing that Loma does, that other does. He's multiple weight class champion. He's unified, undisputed in multiple weight classes. But how it happens that in every weight class that he's fighting at, he's still the biggest guy, the bigger that he's bigger than his opponents. Against Canelo, he would have finally an opponent who's at least, and Canelo, like Sobers is saying, is not even bigger reach-wise, height-wise, but he will at least finally be a heavier, an opponent who's heavier than Crawford. And that's something that Loma is doing in the last 3 divisions that he was fighting at. So yeah, I completely agree with Sobers. Cannot wait to see that fight.
Yeah. And by the way, if Canelo doesn't fight Crawford at this point, in a few years, when Canelo retires, when Crawford retires, there's gonna be this question being brought up, like by Crawford fans especially. It's like, oh, Crawford would have beaten Canelo. We're never gonna find out because we're never gonna find out.
They almost don't want it to happen, so they can just talk about it and the possibility of him winning.
Exactly. They want that. They want just that possibility to linger around forever until the end of time.
I think they're also I think they're so delusional, and they're fucking like, it's the flip side of that. The flip side of that coin is that they're so delusional. They think like it's gonna be like fucking Errol Spence and Crawford. Like they think Canelo's gonna look like Spence in that fucking fight, dude. That's how highly I think they see Crawford as, and it's fucking stupid. So I do want the fight to happen.
Yeah,
exactly. Mirashi, yeah, let me just read this chat. Quickly. Mirage in the chat says, no real boxing fan cares about that dumb fight. Of course. He said Benavidez fucking fight.
I don't. It's a fucking stupid ass fight, but I mean, if it's going to happen, might as well just fucking enjoy it.
I just want to see delusional people get...
And to see the reactions of people, too.
It's not a stupid fight at all. It's 2 guys on the pound for pound list.
Hey John, the way that it's going to look like once it happens, it would be the exact same way like they acted when Fulton and Inoue happened. They will pretend like he never existed.
It never happened. Yeah, never. Yeah.
Who's Fulton? Who was he? I never say he was going to beat Inoue.
Exactly.
Make it happen.
But that's the thing. But on the other hand, that's something that I also wanted to mention. Sia was probably a guy who did the first breakdown video on Bam Rodriguez, but I'm pissed with him because look, he's a big guy. Yeah, he jumped up weight classes, but he was fighting tiny guys and old guys. Now I want to see him against Inoue. I know Inoue would be favored, rightfully so, but I want him to see him challenge himself, because for years he was saying while Chocolatito was despite being already old, he was saying Chocolatito is my buddy from taking promotions, but now he's considering fighting him when he's dead as old. It is just some pussy shit. That's everything that I want to say. I'm slowly becoming a Bam Rodriguez hater, despite liking him as a fighter. Yeah. The way he moves, he is so overrated. He's acting like those angry Afro divas.
I mean, why not have him fight Nakatani? You know, closer in weight too. Technically,
exactly.
But he's not gonna take that fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
it just seems like it just seems like that he's going after the older fighters that are obviously not what they used to be.
Yeah, he's an old man beater. Yeah.
Yeah, padding his record like Mayweather did. When you see Mayweather's record, you would see with all those names, it looks so damn nice for sure. It looks incredible, but when you consider at what point of their careers he fought them,
Hey, by the way,
it's really stupid.
Bray in the chat saying that Inoue versus Goodman is off due to Goodman caught in sparring. Is that true? What the fuck? I gotta check it out. Oh yeah, Sam Goodman.
He got caught what?
Suffers a cut over his left eye. Sam Goodman suffered a cut over his left eye. Fight with Naoya Inoue is off. This is from Boxing Scene.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, fucking fight with the cut. Who gives a shit? You're gonna lose anyways. Might as well just go in and try to fucking.
He's gonna get knocked out. BDA says fuck. He just did a preview video on Patreon, free by the way. Anybody can watch it. He did a preview on that fight, and well, I guess now it's useless. Oh fuck this.
BDA is a fucking retard.
BDA, you fucked up. You're fired.
He's a fucking idiot.
Can I
Stupid
fire
asshole.
BDA? Can I fire BDA? I guess I can.
Why don't you just kill him?
Guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. Anybody can join. Link in the description. Link in the chat. All right. John, give us your prediction for Tyson Fury versus Oleksander Usyk. Rematch.
I'm 50-50 in that fight, but I'm going for Usyk. I think Tyson Fury's gonna come out stronger and harder than he did in the first fight, and then I think he's gonna slowly back down. He's gonna break down in the middle rounds and pick it up later in the what do you call it, in the later rounds, championship rounds. He's gonna come out strong again, but I still Usyk's gonna take it by decision. I don't see him knocking him out at all.
By decision?
Yeah, by decision again.
All right, unanimous, I guess. All right. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? We're going to have more prediction shows with phone lines, guys. So we'll be taking down more predictions and we'll continue talking about this fight. Don't you worry about that. Maybe we should end the show. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So let's call it a day. Guys on Discord, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. We'll talk next time, all right? Take care. See ya. All right, people on YouTube, we're going to call it a day here. Call it a night, I should say. We will have more shows, and that's pretty much it. We're approaching the big fight. One of the biggest fights of the year, Usyk versus Fury, the rematch. So, having said that, have a good night, and see ya. Let's put some Christmas music here. Let's see what we have. Oh, magical. Very magical. All right. Guys, don't forget to check out Patreon. Patreon is for free. Link in the description. Patreon. We have free videos. Free. Go check it out. Subscribe to Patreon. Have a good night.